right, so Vinny Cool here with the Lonely Ones. How you guys doing, man?
We are outstanding.
So I understand you guys got some music out. Looks like you guys are going to be putting out a cover soon. Fill me in. Tell me what's going on with you guys.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we put out our two debut singles back to back, Eternal Sadness and The Lonely One. That was in March. We have another cover here coming out very shortly. It's a Queen cover of Flash Gordon and The Hero. That'll be coming out early July. Yeah, we decided if we were going to do a cover, we needed to do something that that was impressive and wanted to kind of challenge ourselves. So we did the Queen cover. When Jimmy first came up with the idea to do the Queen cover, I thought he was crazy, but once it started to come together, I'm really, really proud of it.
I'm pretty excited to hearing that, man. I always dug that too, and I want to see your spin on it.
We might send you an early copy.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate that. Now, do you guys ever get a chance to meet the dude who played Flash Gordon?
No. I heard he's pretty easy to meet and pretty approachable.
You know, the movie Ted totally ruined everything with him, man. He does not want to fucking do coke and drink some beers with you when you meet him, so.
Oh, man.
So, you guys put out this music, and the world starts to crumble. What's that like being in a band and having all this going around you?
Awful. Yeah, it was. So it was nerve-wracking anyway, because we were in a band before, and one of the founding members, my brother, decided to retire, and we were doing pretty well. I mean, we were able to live off just being musicians, so we were like, this is kind of scary, but let's go ahead, change the names, do some new music kind of thing. So it was kind of a ballsy move anyway, we thought, and it's like, yeah, let's do that. And then as soon as we bought a brand new vehicle, got the music done, everything ready to launch, it all shut down, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, because our industry shut down first. It was, concerts were gone. They're the first ones to shut down, the last ones to come back. So it was definitely one of those experiences. I asked the rest of the band, I was like, do you guys think that I have a curse? Is it me? Am I the curse? And they're like, no. Everybody's screwed. So it was definitely, it was one of those moments where, we're starting out with a bang. Let's get it. As soon as it opens back up, nothing's stopping us.
Now, I mean, how hard did that hit you? I mean, most bands make their living off of touring, and for everything to be shut down and still not knowing what's going forward, I mean, what goes through your mind?
It hit pretty hard. I wondered, when it first came, when the virus first hit, I mean, they acted like it was the Black Plague. Like, I didn't know. I was like, none of us have seen anything like this. And, we've seen it in history books and things like that. But to be a part of it, it was very, very strange. It was a very eerie feeling. I remember going to the gas stations and going to the Kroger's and stuff, and nothing was on the shelves, and people were all wearing masks and acting like it was Black Friday on a Wednesday. It was an eerie feeling. So I was definitely more frightened of what was coming, because they didn't know. They thought, I thought, hell, we all might die together. This might be the end. It wasn't that bad, but, there's a couple little panic moments at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, what? So, I don't know. It was, the only thing that helped is it was everybody was going through it, not just us. So yeah, it was definitely different, and we're still waiting to see when we can get back out on the road. The one benefit to it though is being a new band. There's a lot of infrastructure work that needs built up that is way less fun to do than rehearse and try to get shows booked and record and whatnot. So I was gifted a lot of time to sit at a computer and do all that bookkeeping and building the website, et cetera, that I don't want to do, but now it's done, at least.
Now, do you consider being even though you guys were part of a band before and you guys have a name, everyone knows what's going on, and do you consider being newer kind of a blessing in this state? I mean, think about it this way. There is, you were getting paid X amount of dollars when you were a known band last year. Now going forward, you're not going to be able to get the same pay because promoters don't know how many people are going to go to the show, how many people are allowed to go through.
Well, yeah, we've been kind of blessed. we landed a great booking agent. I think being a new band, it's exciting for me. I've been in that, the old band for 15 years. So now it's really exciting. It feels fresh. It feels new. But we've been fortunate enough with our booking agent. The guarantees ain't gone down very much. I thought we were going to come back out. Oh shit, we're going to be $100 to a $500 band night, gigs a night, and that ain't the case. So it's a good thing we were in that old band. It's carried some weight on through to the new one.
See, that's the one thing I always wondered about is going forward. It's going to be completely different. I mean, not knowing the size of crowd you're going to be able to play for, not knowing if it's going to be indoor, outdoor. I mean, I can't even see a huge show happening anytime in the future.
Yeah. Well, that's, we cut our teeth on the underground scene. So, we're pretty used to, 500 to 1,000 seaters, 2,000 seaters, stuff like that. So, I mean, like I said, it's all exciting. I think people are going to come out of the woodwork. I think because of the 20,000 seaters being shut down, there's going to be this underground movement that happens with rock and roll. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to go to the 10,000 seaters and see the big festivals and stuff like that. So it's going to be this underground movement in the music scene. This is what I predict. I could be wrong, but
hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. And I think we're going to fit right into that. The good thing about being that underground kind of band, independent band, is we've been able to parlay our fans to move from the old band to the new band pretty well. There's been a couple people like, you guys suck now, but mostly it's been really, really positive.
I'm actually waiting for someone to take the old rave approach for concerts right now. You remember back in the day when there was a rave, you get a flyer and they'd say, you got to, it's going to be this day. And then an hour before the doors actually open, you get to call the phone number and find out where the place was. I'm waiting for someone to throw a concert that way.
That's a great idea. I actually thought about that too. I just lack the organization because I'm a musician.
Now, the next couple of weeks is going to be the true test of time, man. I mean, if there ain't a raging case and the virus getting back out there, I think it's pretty safe for everybody.
I think we're going to find out pretty quick. I would say the next week, 2 weeks, we'll find out. If everybody that went to the Ozarks and partied ends up sick, then maybe we got a problem on our hands. But I think they definitely, it's like if you have a family and you hear a noise downstairs, you make everybody get into the closet, and hopefully, you go downstairs and check it out, and it's just a raccoon in the attic. So hopefully that's what the case is. I think it's a little, I understand it was the right move in the beginning, but I think they jumped the gun a little bit. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I hope they were wildly wrong about, what this virus has, the effect on people.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, if nothing goes through, I think a lot of stuff is going to open up in, the following month.
Yep, that would be great. I'm ready to get back at it. I got cabin fever, kind of The Shining a little bit.
I mean, we've jumped from COVID season to riot season. I'm ready to go back into concert season.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, brother.
So with this time off, man, I mean, what are you guys doing? Are you guys recording the rest of the album? I mean, what are you doing to keep busy?
We have 8 songs in the bucket, finished, mixed, mastered. I think we're going to record 2 more coming up soon. Rehearsal and basically social media kind of stuff, and just like Jimmy said, getting everything in line and everything ready. So when we hit the road, we hit the ground running, and we're not backtracking any. So done a lot of that stuff. As far as being in the old band, we did pretty well, so it kept us financially afloat. But we're getting close to running out of money from that, so it's time to get the new band out there and start making some waves.
Now, going back to the old band, I mean, was it scary transitioning to something new?
Oh my God, yeah, yes. I didn't sleep for like a month. It was definitely. It was exciting to do something new, but it was like a relationship. You miss it, and you worry if you can do any better, and that was what we did 24/7 for the last 15 years. And it was definitely a strange feeling. It was like a death in the family.
Marty and I walked around parking lots deciding what the plan was, because when we lost Sean Bobaflex, we decided, we had to make a decision. Are we going to continue? Are we going to start something new? None of this was pre-written. that any particular move was going to happen. So, we spent several days last summer really, really hashing out details of stuff, and it was very scary because nobody really writes a rule book on how to do that.
Now, as I'm going through things with your social media and all that, it got a little bit confusing because I'm trying to see what was up with the old going into the new, and it seems like you just basically swapped everything over.
We did. Yes, we did. We talked about that. We're like, look, we got 118,000 people that are awesome and fans of the band. It's like I don't want to start from square one. Let's start from at least square four.
I mean, you worked that hard to get that going. Of course, you got to do something to transition, make it a little easier for sure.
Absolutely, and we were kind of hoping we could sneak under the radar with that.
But you got
us, man.
Well, I want to do a little research and see if there was anything, I shouldn't talk about or go see what went on. And it was just like, everything's leading to one thing. So it seems like it might have been a friendly split.
It absolutely was. My brother, his daughter turned 13. And he's an awesome dude. I mean, like it was a really friendly split. I mean, it was a sad split. We were all very, not happy about the decision at first, but we understood and we supported him. His daughter turned 13 years old, and he was like, you know what? I've missed too many soccer games, and he's like the dad of the year. You could see that's what truly made him happy, was to be home and he's the one that taught her to read and write and he just wanted to be there for everything. And now that he is, I mean, he was always a happy-go-lucky guy, but you can see it on his face, the difference. This is where he wants to be and where he feels he belongs. And as much as it hurt at first, it's like he was right. That's, and we support him 110%.
It's crazy. I mean, from wanting to take some time off, spend time with family, now the whole world has to do the same thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I guess there's a huge rise in the divorce rate.
Yeah, I mean, fuck around on Facebook a little bit, man. You see everyone who was happy-go-lucky a couple months ago is going for a divorce lawyer.
I've got friends that have lost their mind. Friends that think that the government is sending drone birds to put microwaves into their brain, and they were well-adjusted humans before this happened. The lockdown is not good for some people.
Nah, that's for sure. People go batshit crazy,
I get it, though. I mean, I get it. Like, I remember like I said earlier, when it first started happening, it's like I was able to stay calm, but I mean, there was a lot of crazy thoughts running through my head.
I mean, I think being locked in so much is actually what's going on with a lot of that's going out on the streets right now. I mean, I live in Buffalo. And
Oh, yeah.
It's getting a little crazy here right now. I mean, everything's getting boarded up. They're getting ready for shit to go down, that's for sure.
Jimmy's been down to the protest here in Columbus every day.
I've been down almost every day. It's not as bad as everybody keeps telling everybody that it's going to be, and it's the end of the world. I know that Buffalo just had the two police officers just get charged today, so there was something already happening going on. Was that Buffalo?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
They pushed the older fella. That's what Jimmy said. He wanted to go down there. Support the cause. It's like I totally agree. It's like what happened to George Floyd was outrageous. But Jimmy wanted to go down and see it with his own eyes and then I would call him every night to make sure he was okay, and he would report back to me and I'm not the guy that tries to say, the media this, the media that. But with Jimmy calling me and saying, no, that did not happen. I was standing right there. This is exactly what happened. It's pretty bizarre to watch how fast false information can spread on Facebook and social media.
Things that I watch with my own eyes get reported, and I get told I'm wrong 2 hours later. Somebody saw it on TV. Somebody saw an edited version of something on TV or whatever.
Well, I mean, that's exactly like the incident here in Buffalo. I mean, everyone did see the push that went through, but there's also video going on of that older gentleman starting shit with people right beforehand, saying he was there for fun and they have trouble.
Yeah, I saw the video where he got pushed. it wasn't a crazy, insane push, and he tripped and fell. I mean, it's awful for the guy. I mean, you know what I mean? He hit his head and stuff. But as far as the way everyone pushed it, like this evil cop just rolled this dude, it's like, it wasn't quite the case.
Yeah, I mean, you step over somebody unconscious like that, you gotta lack a little empathy, I'd say, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's like, you know, I understand where all sides are coming from, but it's like, I've been fucked with by the cops for no reason whatsoever. And it's like, there needs to be some changes happen.
I'm waiting for the next band to cover Cop Killer, you know?
We ain't gonna be the ones to do that one.
We'll stick to Queen.
Yeah, stick with Flash Gordon there, guys, you know?
Yeah, we need a hero. That was the point of doing that song, was like, you know, it's been pretty dark times. I went through some dark times in the last year and a half, and the album reflects that. So when we were picking the cover, it was like, let's do something happy. We need a hero. We need something positive, and I don't have it in me to write it, so let's just pick the greatest hero of all time, Flash Gordon.
No, man, people need some feel-good shit right now. I mean, you know, everything's going crazy. You need something to take your mind off of the world.
100%.
I agree with that.
I mean, we're going through two historic moments. This is shit you're going to tell your grandkids about this year, you know? I mean, it went from being locked in to rioting in the streets to who knows what the fuck comes out. It's only June.
The aliens. What? How come no one's talking about the aliens?
I'm wishing, man. I wish the aliens would come down.
That's Tom DeLonge from Blink 182. Everyone called him crazy, and then finally, like a month ago, was it NASA? Or no, it wasn't NASA. It was the United States military came out and said these videos that he's shown, they're real. We don't know what they are.
Yeah, I seen that, man. That's crazy.
And no one's mentioned it at all. No one said a word about the fact that
it's going to be a pretty crazy year for that to go under the radar.
You know, I mean, I think if the government went forward and did a little bit more and told everyone, our heads would explode. I mean, look at the fucking toilet paper going out when they heard the virus is going through.
I would say you have a pretty valid point there.
But it was a nice little spin to try and get everyone's mind off everything. You know, I want to hear some more about murder hornets or something like that.
Did you see the joke that was going around when, you know, murder hornets was a thing for like 3 days and then everybody stopped talking about it? So, well, man, that was just kind of a filler episode. We're in the meat of the season now.
Yeah, a little halftime, you know. I want to get to the end of the story here. I want the plot to finish up.
Yeah, that was the Puppy Bowl. We're in the fourth quarter now, I think.
Now, I see you guys got some dates booked, man. Are you guys excited about getting back on the road?
Oh my God, you can't wait. We're in Massillon, Ohio right now, helping our buddy clean out his father's house because we're getting ready to sell it. And our friend is picking up our brand new vehicle that we bought 2 days before the world shut down. I was like, it was an $80,000 vehicle that we bought, pretty much brand new. And I was like, yeah, we can make the payments. We get up back on the road. It'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. 2 days later, the world shut down. That's when I started to freak out. But yeah, we're up here right now and we're dropping that bus off. It's getting ready to get all custom made out, all that stuff. So yeah, we can't wait to get back. We're going to back on the road in style, and we got so much pent up energy that it's going to be, the first month and a half of shows are going to be, they're going to be charged, man.
Now, besides the bus, did you guys take any other hits? I mean, like, did you guys have merch printed out with dates and shit like that you can't use or anything?
No, not yet. We were in the early stages. We were almost ready to start doing all that stuff, and then the virus hit. But like I said, you know, with Spotify and things like that, we've been okay. We haven't had to get real jobs yet, which is a blessing. I don't know. That might have made me go crazy. If I had to work a 9 to 5, I've been like, there are absolutely drone hornets.
Birds aren't real.
Yeah. 5G is melting my mind.
See, that's the one thing that people don't understand. I mean, this is your career. This is how you make a living. There's no bailout for musicians.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a scary time when this all happened. Everything shut down, and you know, I'd reached out to my friend Hal Fish at the Blitz here in Columbus, Ohio, and he's like, Rock on a Range. He knew early. He's like, Rock on a Range is going to get canceled. All this stuff's going to get canceled. And I was like, you think? Like I was a young Tiny Tim. You think so, sir? He's like, absolutely. And we watched it like dominoes. And then we saw everything, like what the domino effects were. People that have been in radio for, 16 years are now laid off and working a regular job. Booking agents, that was the one thing I worried about. These clubs that were nice clubs, are they going to be able to survive this? Some of these places that we've gone for years that are family to us, are they going to be able to survive this? Are these clubs even going to be open anymore? And seen some of them, some pretty legendary places closed down.
I don't know if you've seen, but they say that there's supposed to be that festival still popping off in Florida in September, that Rebel Rock.
Florida don't give a shit. Florida's like, bring it on.
I've seen enough stuff. Florida don't care.
I mean, I'm waiting to see if it goes through. I watch their site every day where people are fighting with them constantly saying it ain't going to fucking happen, but they're sticking to their guns and they're saying they're still going to have this huge festival, so we'll see.
Florida opened up yesterday. Everything's open. Restaurants, bars, music venues. So they opened up everything. I think Florida's kind of the petri dish test market. See what happens. If everybody's fine in Florida, then let's get back to it.
Well, it's basically the dick of the United States, so we'll see what hangs on down there.
It's a decent sized dick.
Yeah. I'm jealous.
Now, when you guys start picking out tour dates and shit, man, is it hard figuring out your routing? I mean, with certain states being open, I mean, shit like New York, everything's closed. I think they let a barbershop open up fucking 2 days ago, but that's about it.
The problem we've been running into with that is that it's tough to string enough dates together to create a tour. So we basically, our booking agent advised us to start planning on, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5-day runs to start, which is not what we're used to. We don't do 2-day runs. We've not really done them before.
It's hard to even get the swing of things.
Yeah, but he was like, hey, the days of doing 4 6-week tours, barreling all over the eastern half of the country, that's dead for a long time. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe longer. Because there's so many clubs that are, like you said earlier, not necessarily willing to take the risk. And the ones that are so much further apart that he's basically saying, listen, I know you can't afford to zigzag 500 miles this way, 800 miles that way, 700 miles that way. So go out for a couple days, do this, go back home, regroup, we'll put you back out 2 weeks later. So that's going to be the majority of shows coming up.
The rest of the year, probably.
Is because of either promoters and buyers with cold feet, which I understand, and clubs that are closed in general, is going to be 2, 3, 4-day runs, more than likely.
It's a tough game anyway. To be a promoter, there's no way, I'd never be a promoter. I mean, I think you kind of have to be a gambling addict to be a promoter. That's a tough game. So, yeah, I think they got a little bit of cold feet, but there's some places that are opening up and bringing us in and not treating us exactly like they used to, but pretty damn close.
Now, are you guys keeping track of what others are doing? I mean, there was a dude who did that show in Arkansas where he had 200 people show up at a 1,200-seat venue. Then
yeah, that was a country show, wasn't it?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, kind of paying attention to that. There's so much information coming in all at once. It's like I kind of forget what I looked at 15 minutes ago. But yeah, I've been watching the shows opening back up. I remember Shinedown saying that they weren't afraid to play, and then they ended up canceling the tour, which, if it was up to them, I'm sure they would play. It's just government regulations and things like that. But yeah, I've been watching. It's just basically watching people play in their bedrooms live on the internet.
Now, the band from the 90s, the Nixons, they just did a show in Texas where they had, I don't know, a few people in watching them, and they had a big screen outside so you could do a drive-in show.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, the Nixons did that? I didn't know that. I've seen some artists doing that. That Mark Rivelet, or however you say that guy's name, the guy that always makes the live beats on Facebook.
Right.
He's doing that. He's doing a drive-through tour that I'm not going to be able to go to, but I wanted to buy tickets for it. Stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of artists doing that. It seems like there's a lot of logistics going in where you almost have to do something festival style and get multiple bands involved, or know that you're gonna have a lot of stuff coming. So you have to bring a whole production system in to a drive-in theater or whatever that's not built for a rock show. It doesn't have the ass and a PA that you're supposed to have. So there's a lot of buy-in on that, and my brain's spread so thin already. I couldn't possibly put something like that together right now.
Now, as a touring band, I mean, you don't just play United States, you go all over the world. I mean, how hard is that going to be going forward?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. for rock and roll, Europe's where it's at. You want to, as a band like us, it's like you definitely want to get on the plane and cross the pond. So I hope everything starts opening. It's looking like 2021.
See, I mean, that's got to be fucked up for you guys. Just the not knowing part. You know what I mean? I mean, you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to get on the road and do what you got to do, but it's just so many restrictions.
I feel now it's kind of like the end of the Apocalypse movie or the end of the Alien Invasion, where the ships start flying away and people start coming out from under the ground. Kind of starting to feel like that. So hopefully it just gets better and better, and we don't have a resurgence in the virus. And it's so weird to say the virus. Like I said, it feels like a movie.
Right, for sure. Now, going forward, do you guys just go ahead and just start locking in as many dates as you can, even though you don't know if it's going to happen or not, just because you need to?
Yep.
Absolutely.
It costs us nothing to make the plans and get going, and all it costs a few emails from the promoter to handshake on the deal. And, when it comes to, 6 weeks out or 2 months out, when maybe you want to get a little more serious about promoting, potentially investing dollars and cents in the promotion of it, then maybe you got to look at it with a little more of a critical eye. But at this point, we've basically given shotgun blast rights to our booking agents. Just book anything you can, and as long as we can get to it, as long as it's worth doing, do it, and we'll see how it looks later.
I mean, because one thing you got to keep in mind is, like we were saying earlier, bigger shows aren't going to happen as soon as we would like to. So that means these bands are going to start playing smaller venues, and everyone's saying 2021, but there's only so many dates and so many venues. So it seems like it's going to be a big clusterfuck of everyone trying to get the dates they want, even if they can get them.
That's what we worried about. We were talking about early on in all this. It's like when it opens back up, then we're going to have to deal with all the reschedules of these bands that already had these venues booked. So they're gonna get first bid, and we're a brand new band. So when does that put us out? But our agent's pretty savvy. Alex Gilbert, by the way, is our agent. He's pretty savvy, and he's calmed us down on the phone, and we've done some conference calls, and he had some pretty good insight, and had already thought about some of these things and the concerns that we brought up. He'd already headed them off. So like I said, probably 4 to 5 dates at a time, maybe three dates a week, something like that. But we're going to get out there and hit it the only way we can until it's opened wide back up.
Now, how do you prepare yourself for, knowing that even if you sell out a venue and if it's open for 25% and shit, it's not, when you get ready to rock out, man, and you see it's fucking limited.
Nah, baby, a sellout's a sellout.
Yeah. Well, when we were in Bobaflex, we played many years to, building a following. So I know how to handle it. I've played some shows where there's about 25 people there. Once later in our career, it didn't happen. But, earlier on, I've been humbled so many times. I have no ego. So we just go out there and play.
I'm just saying it's going to be so different watching a social distance rock concert, man. I mean, being told I can't fucking touch someone or be close, you know what I mean?
I wonder, we have one show in July, but our shows start in August, September, September, October. I think it's going to be pretty normal by then.
I'm hoping, man, because I couldn't even imagine what that'd be like. Like, I'm seeing everyone else spaced out and standing still and not being able to get it, being afraid while watching a show.
Well, usually at rock concerts, people are pretty drunk, so I think they break the rules.
So going forward, man, when can we expect some new music from you guys? Well, I mean, I understand you got some stuff recorded. You guys are doing the Flash Gordon thing. I mean, when can I actually get it out to the public?
Flash will be out July 7th, I think, is what we got it slated for.
Yeah, and we have have you heard the 2 songs that we have out now?
Oh yeah, man, they're fucking awesome.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're gonna put Flash out. We hired a publicist who's amazing. I think we're gonna try to release the music as singles as of right now. So probably like once a month there'll be a new song come out until the whole record's out.
Now, I've got a question for you guys. Did you have older stuff that you never used that you can use with this band?
No, we decided that, if we're going to do it fresh, let's do it fresh. And Tommy and I are original members. from the old band. We played together since I was 11 years old. But Jimmy and Jake bring a fresh new kind. You know, we don't have to kind of stay under the same umbrella we did with Bobaflex, and now everybody's influences are pouring in, and we're having a really good time writing. So we decided it's going to be the Lonely Ones fresh from the get go.
That's awesome, man. I mean, like I said, I love the 2 tracks that you released so far. I can't wait to hear everything else.
Thanks. We're really excited, to put the stuff out. Feel really good about it, and we're really hitting our stride in writing together. And so we're just going to that's what we're going to do now until we go out on the road. We're just going to keep writing, so that we have, hopefully another album ready to go. As soon as this one's out, it's like, all right, let's start. Because now in the day and age of Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff, it's like you can put new music out constantly. And actually, for a band, it's financially cheaper to do singles, because you go in the studio, record one song. We go record a record, it could cost anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000, $60,000 to $100,000 to record a record. And it's like, I don't know about you, but I don't have $100,000 laying around. So it's easier to do singles.
Now, the fans want to follow up. They want to hear these singles. They want to see the tour dates. They want to know what's next. Where do they go? What do they do?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on, we're on every music streaming service, video service like YouTube and whatnot. It's in this day and age, it's so much easier to get your stuff distributed out to everything. If you Google the Lonely Ones, you'll find it pretty easy, especially on Facebook. We've got all our links listed on there.
Perfect, man. So just type in the Lonely Ones, you're going to get a link to everything?
Yep.
Type in Bobaflex, you still get the same links?
No, we keep those up. I'm making money off those still.
I'm just fucking with you guys, man.
And we will, too. We will put out, Bobaflex won't tour or anything like that, but we will put out music here and there, probably once a year, twice a year, something like that, put out some music with Bobaflex. We had a wonderful time in that band, and it was just too much fun not to write together. And it's all the same guys. We just bring my brother in from soccer practice and get to it. So we'll still do that.
That's cool, man. It's good to know. I mean, if your brother ever gets the itch and wants to do something again, he still has a home to go to.
Absolutely.
Perfect, man. Well, like I said, I enjoy what I've heard. I can't wait to see the rest, and fucking hopefully I get to see a better show sometime soon.
Yeah, we'll be up that way.
Well, let's cross our fingers that the aliens don't touch down and the world opens back up.
They do. Hopefully they're Lonely Ones fans.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I appreciate your time.
Of course, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Shoot us a message on Instagram, man. I'll get that song over to you.
Awesome, man. I'll do that right away. Thank you.
Sounds good, man.
All right, guys. Take care.
Take it easy. Be good.